Hello, it's Stacy Crumrine. What we have today is an action-packed webinar. For those of you that don't know me, I'm the CEO of GoStaff, and I'm super excited to share this information. We value your time. I'm going to try to keep this to under 20 minutes. We will see where we land. If you're here, it means you want to keep construction essential. Things are not only quickly escalating, but also changing by the day. Right now, during this crisis, information is our highest commodity. The problem is the information we're getting is in massive amounts, and it's hard to process what information is really relevant and specific actionable items you need to take. Just today, I got 59 emails with the words COVID in them. We broke this presentation down in a really easy way for you to process everything in one swoop so it can be easier to reference and implement on your job sites immediately. This quote, "Adversity does not build character, it reveals it," speaks a lot to where we are right now. This is when you will see the best in people come out or the worst in people. It's a scary time, I know. There's so much that you have no control over. But what we can do is give you all the tools now so that you can be successful and prepared during this challenging time. It's easy during this confusion to hide and shut down, or be a deer in the headlights. Another incredible quote that I want to remind you of is that power is the ability to do good things for others. We can use this situation to remain strong and lead our construction community to keep our employees safe and job sites operational. We can be leaders, and in order to do that, we have to keep construction essential. From all the information we've been able to process, we have determined the best ways to do our part with keeping construction essential and our job sites operational. We feel like it's our social responsibility to share this information and to do our part. We had a week where we heard from several of our clients that they were needing to shut down some job sites because their subs weren't showing up, to fears of sites getting shut down that aren't in compliance. That's when our leadership team started to brainstorm on how we can truly help and impact the construction community to keep the industry essential. We thought about our strengths as a company. We are experts at creating systems, processes, and implementation. When a crisis comes along, we've been able to act quickly and adapt. Having a high-touch relationship with our clients and employees gives us valuable information about what they're experiencing and what they need help with. Hearing our clients' struggles urged us to filter through the abundant amount of resources regarding COVID-19 and consolidate the need-to-know information and share it with our clients. Our number one goal is keeping construction an essential service. This is our number one goal, right? I don't even know if I would have known what these words meant a few months ago, but now this is all I can think of, to keep construction essential. Who knows what it would take for this to change? Is it a job site in non-compliance? Is it some other reason? It's our goal to make sure every site has a proper safety protocol set up at implementing and enforcing COVID-19 prevention protocol. I remember getting this email March 27th about New York shutting down non-essential construction, and I'm sure you're aware about San Francisco area doing something similar. That's why, if you're still with me watching this, you should stay, because I'm going to show you the best practices for controlling what we can control to keep construction essential here. We are active in all of these different associations. This keeps us on the cutting edge of what is being done to best cope with the situation and support everyone in the process. Not just in construction specifically, but in all of the interconnected aspects, such as the legal field and keeping workers safe and healthy at the same time. Between our wide range of clients, our law firm, the associations we're members of, and dedicated employees, we have a good pulse of what is happening. Being in the epicenter of the COVID-19 pandemic has allowed us to be ahead of the curve, and we want to ensure that we share this knowledge with our network. Something we have noticed with our clients as we started to share information is not everyone is a member of all the different associations. But we don't have time for that right now, to say you can't get this information because you don't belong to this or to that. We have to band together and work together and really make our construction community unite now more than ever before. Every day I'm seeing more signs of our construction community banding together and uniting. Look at what the BIA did by creating a task force, who have already been doing an incredible job putting out safety protocols and ensuring everyone has the information they need. To the ABC giving out free bandanas to all of their members, And the AGC created an interactive map to show where construction is still deemed essential. What a great way to stay on top of what is trending and what we need to be concerned about. We loved the Sunday emails that Shannon sends from the ABC. This email was when we saw that each site in LA needs to do symptom checking, physical distancing, hygiene practices, and decontamination procedures. So this is when we worked on our company-wide scripts for asking our employees the health questions. When we see something that's been recommended in one city, we're already working on processing how we can implement it through all of the cities we service. Each of our associations sent out a safety protocol. On this slide and the next slide, we picked out some of our favorites. The first one on the left is from the task force the BIA put together. They combined the updates to the requirements contained in the order by the County of San Diego Public Health Officer with the best practices that achieve that order. And we also love the safety protocol the AGC recommended as well. We added these links to our resource finder that we will share with you at the end. We also like these as well. The one on the right, the ABC shared with us from the County of San Diego. Even though this is for a public-facing business, we really liked the checklist format. The other thing we noticed is just because the association sends out the protocol doesn't mean someone's going to see it. But that's why we're tracking all of our customers and job sites that we have their safety protocol, so we can make sure the employees we are sending abide by it. And if they happen to not be members of an association and have seen the protocols, we're able to share it with them. We have a really large footprint in Southern California. We've been in business for 19 years, and we're a family-owned business. One of our core values is we're small enough to care and big enough to serve. As you can see, we partner with a lot of clients and employees on a daily basis. I thought it'd be helpful to share a little bit about us in case you're not familiar. We have offices throughout Southern California. We do have some clients that have branched into other areas, and they ask us to help them staff. So we do service outside Southern California as needed. Our clients love working with us because we're a partner in every aspect of their company. We go beyond being an extension of their HR department. We align our goals with theirs, and we become their partner. When you have a company you can trust to handle a lot of the things that can disrupt your site, it's such a relief, and it allows your site to run more efficiently. You can focus on all of the things you're good at, and we can take care of the things we're good at. This attests to many of our clientele being with us since we opened in 2001. The employees we staff are anywhere from general laborers to skilled trades to superintendents and project managers. We especially love it when our employees become our clients. A lot of times we either place someone that gets hired on and in turn wants us to staff their job site, or someone that gets promoted and does the same. Well, hopefully everyone knows this by now, but face coverings are required for everyone working on a job site. There was so much talk prior to this coming out as a requirement, we were all scrambling to figure out which ones to buy that would be compliant. I know we were even calling OSHA daily to ask if there were any guidelines on this yet. Fortunately, most sites just needed a standard facial covering so that they were not all scrambling to buy a specific mask. There are 2 new roles on your site that should be implemented immediately. This is the first role. On Friday, April 3rd, Los Angeles made it recommended to have a COVID-19 supervisor. A lot of people haven't seen this. It's very likely it will soon be on a state level, so better be prepared. We need to stay ahead of the curve and see what's coming in all areas. As soon as we saw this role recommended in Los Angeles, our team worked fast to create a job description, a video training, and an assessment for the new role. Our in-house certification is based on requirements, guidelines, and recommendations issued by federal, state, and local agencies. While a lot of people don't even know this role exists yet, we're working on educating people that based on what we've seen from everything else, since it's already something LA is recommending, it will most likely flow everywhere shortly. And we want to be ready for it, whether it's something people want now to help keep construction essential, or if they're ready for it later. Not every company has the ability to combine quality and speed to mobilize and hire for this new position, but we do. We wanted to ensure that people who come in to manage these roles are trained and can do an excellent job keeping everyone safe and keeping your job site operational. We do have quite a few skilled employees with translatable skills that can step into the role right away. We created this training program to be a resource for the entire construction industry, whether you want to take on the task of filling this role yourself or having us step in. The health questionnaire is something that the COVID coordinator can manage on your site. They can do the daily health checks with the employees as they arrive to work. Depending on your safety protocol you have in place with your subcontractors, they can help with this too. We are hearing a lot of complaints from our supers that there's so much info coming at them. It's hard to know what to look at, which is why we really like the idea of the checklist. This led us to create an industry guide that's available for you to download and customize for your job site. This checklist is a really great tool for the COVID-19 coordinator to help manage their day. And on the next slide, I will share what the second role is. But before we go there, I thought this would be an interesting share. And it also shows you I have ESP. On Sunday, March 15th, I texted my leadership team. I mentioned that I was concerned we were going to get a stay order at the end of the following week. I told them we needed to get an extra cleaner for each office and department people were working in, so we could make sure we were keeping our staff safe. I got a little pushback from one of our managers because they felt their current staff could handle the increased sanitation. And I told them I felt better knowing we had someone specifically designated for this role. That way we didn't have to worry if they got sidetracked and they weren't able to do it. So I would say this is the single most effective thing we did that helped our staff feel comfortable working in the office that next week. So many people's fears were subsided. This leads us to the second role that is really important, keeping your job site compliant and operational. Having designated sanitation cleaners are providing peace of mind to keep your employees and your subcontractors on your site. I was originally thinking the COVID cleaner role could be filled by our full-time laborers, especially since we have some tried and true employees who are available due to their sites being shut down. But after talking to clients, they really want actual cleaners. So we've already been ramping up, so as the need grows, we'll be ready. And this isn't the first time we've had to do this. In 2007, when all those horrible fires happened, we pulled in over 300 cleaners to clean the smoke from the homes. We're used to handling urgent situations. We truly want to be an industry partner with you. The good news is that we can easily adapt and help during a worldwide crisis. By keeping construction essential, we are not only helping keep people's jobs, but also the economy will be in a much better place after this is over. We want to have a positive impact by helping our clients comply with the guidelines. Imagine for a second, you have an outside team handling your increased sanitation requirements without having to worry about it. You don't need to move your people from other sites to manage it. We want to best support you in your efforts to make sure that everyone is in compliance. Legal compliance is one of our core competencies, which derived from one of the leading law firms in San Diego, Procopio. Our employment attorney recommended GoStaff as a resource for people who are seeking employment.
I recommend contacting a staffing agency. One that I really love to recommend is GoStaff. They are putting people to work who are available and can use the job. So if you're one of those people, get on their website and apply today and get that information.
Addie, can you repeat that employment service that you are all fond of?
Of course, Go-Staff, and their website is go-staff.com.
Our priority is the health and safety of our employees, staff, and clients. We have adjusted our business practices during this COVID-19 pandemic to ensure that we remain a highly responsible employer and staffing partner. Here are the new measures we have implemented to give you peace of mind that we're doing our part to slow the curve while we support essential businesses and keep our employees safe. The majority of our internal staff is working remotely, but are still available for essential in-person duties. We created a specific COVID-19 employee orientation to generate awareness of the symptoms, workplace hygiene, and social distancing. We added additional cleaning staff solely dedicated to disinfecting our workspaces. Facial coverings are required of all of our employees who are working and provided as needed. Health questionnaires are administered for all employees prior to the arrival on any job site. Essential work certification cards are distributed to all working employees. Even though we have 30 recruiters that are in constant communication with our employees, In addition to that, we designated someone specifically to make sure we're properly communicating the safety guidelines in a multitude of ways. I thought it may be fun to show our baby photos. Half of our leadership team had babies a year and a half ago. We called it our Go Staff Baby Boom. We got these photos the first year they were born. It was the first year all of our systems were tested by having so many managers out at various times during the year. We not only passed the test, but we had one of our best years ever. We got the babies back again for another photo shoot this year. While it was just as fun as the first time around, they were harder to stay still this time. So as you can see, we had to bring out the cake. If you're exhausted at the idea of organizing your site to being compliant with the new COVID-19 protocol and you want some help with the people aspect, all you have to do is supervise the employees just like you would your own, and we're able to handle all the back end: hiring, onboarding, workers' comp, dispatching, and payroll. As I mentioned earlier, we have a toolkit that provides a lot of great resources, such as a checklist for your job site and a comprehensive guide to do your part with keeping construction essential. Feel free to email info@gostaff.com and we can email you a copy. Thank you so much for your time. We all have the same goal, so let's work together to achieve it.